Well, welcome to another desk job. This is one of these jobs that has been sitting around for many years, waiting for me to do. This is an LED clock. This was a Jaycar kit quite some time ago. I think it even has the model number on here somewhere. In any case, originally I was going to build this and put blue LEDs in here. It was going to be a gift for an ex-girlfriend, and she dumped me like while I'm in the middle of building it, so it ended up getting red LEDs, and then it was going to be a gift for my senior technician. And then once I'd built it, I decided I liked this clock so much that I was going to keep it. Selfish, I know. This has a whole host of different features, including the ability to little beep at you, and it has an optocoupler output, so it can turn things on and off with an optocoupler. And it can also correct according to mains frequency if you've run it off AC, and it has battery backup as well. But this gets run, the buttons over here over time have failed a little bit, and this runs off 12 volt from the house solar battery, so I don't need the batteries in the back. But of course I can't get AC corrected. I used to have a remote controller hooked up to the buttons through this little bit here, and the case has been cracked and damaged over time. So I'm going to laser cut a new case at some point. In any case, my solution to this is to take a little programmer here and one of these tiny little ESP modules. I think this is the ESP 8266 off memory. Well, this is 8266EX. This clips onto this little relay module, and you can have it click this relay. My idea is to have this hide behind the back of that. It gets onto Wi-Fi, checks the NTP for the correct time zone and daylight savings, and then at exactly midnight it turns it off and back on again for a bit, which should reset the time, which I think should work well to give it a Wi-Fi upgrade. And I can probably find a nice little discreet spot to hide this. Anyway, we'll give you a little demo of what this clock looks like when it's running. Okay, let's just demo the clock running here for a moment. This is basically how it works. It runs around, taking 1 second exactly, adjusting the time, speeding up slowly as it adds on to each one of these as it goes. And then once it gets to the end, it'll add up 1 minute and start again. And when you put it into menu mode, it does a few other things as well. The menu mode button is a little bit quirky, but it does other little effects like this as well. So interesting stuff. Let's get on with the mod. First thing I want to do is remove this little socket. This was a mod I'd made ages ago so that I could use a remote control of sorts on it. And that hot glue is on there like something else. I am going to be making a new case out of acrylic for this at some point in the future. Oh wow, that stuff is on there. Some old hot glue. All these do is connect to the back of the tactile switches, which are a little bit damaged. I do have some spare ones I can replace them with. Now from here we need to use or loosen 2 of these screws, which I also solidified with hot glue. Okay, we have these nuts loose. I will be putting it back in this little holder for the time being until I do something better. Let's remove this out of the casing. I think it drops out like that. And there's a battery bay connected to the back as well, which is on 2 little screw terminals, which is nice. And I forgot how much power supply stuff we put in the back of this. We will, because I have to set the alarm and stuff for that. Okay, so now we just have our power connection, which we're going to run through a relay now. And I'm going to be using a better socket for this. Okay, because that is a problem. Now we have our board free. Now we can muck around with stuff. This might almost mean, actually, there might be enough room, believe it or not, to hide this in here. It's almost enough. I'll see what we can do. Right, we have made some modifications. We have a 5 volt regulator here to run the relay module, and we have 12 volts pass through here. Not really worried about polarity because it's designed for AC. There is a bridge rectifier in there, which is just on the other side of the board, somewhere here. I can't remember exactly where it is. It might be this one. Anyway, we should be able to fire this up and see if it works. Alright, let's give it some juice and see what blows up. Nothing fired up. What did I do wrong? Nothing is firing up, so I guess I've probably used the wrong pin on this. Okay, now I've got the right pins on, it's working. It's got to wait for everything to boot up. And I think I have the wrong GPIO pin. It's holding it shut instead of on. I may have to change the programming because I want that relay to be off until it's energized. Now to change the programming, I'm just going to pull the module off, plonk it onto my little programmer here, plug it in, and probably change that to a high to a low signal on that GPIO pin. Yeah, let's try again. So when we boot up, it should change the state of the relay. Should. Anyway, this blue LED should flash when it's connected to Wi-Fi as well. Okay, so we fixed the code. It was pulling the pin high instead of low. Rather, it was pulling it low instead of high. Now this poor little regulator was getting super hot running that relay all the time because they're only good for about 1 amp. It's now at a much more usable temperature. It's probably fine if it's got to pull that relay for a few seconds once a day. Probably fine. Okay, so things don't strictly fit perfectly in here. It's going to be sitting up just a tiny bit. That's okay. This is going to get redesigned very soon. I still have room to connect the batteries, 5-volt regulators in there. Power lead is hanging out where it always was. I'll glue that down. We'll put this back together temporarily. This used to have an acrylic dome that's since busted. Okay, we'll come back at midnight and see if it says the correct time. Alright, so I had it on the wall and I couldn't find it on the router, and it doesn't appear to be connecting to Wi-Fi anymore. So, generally if I've connected, reconnected with like something like an ESP too many times, I find that occasionally it just simply won't let me connect again with the router and I have to restart the router. Alright, next morning it says 8:45. It's actually 9:45, but it's almost to the second correct. So it might be just the daylight savings correction. But I think we might have done it. Alright, we're about 30 seconds from midnight. I plugged this in haphazardly in about 13.5 hours ago. We'll see if it corrects at the correct time or if it's still going to be an hour out for daylight savings. Now it's officially midnight now, and it should reset within 30 seconds. But it's not. I think the daylight savings are still out of whack. So I woke up this morning and it was still an hour behind, so I'm getting ChatGPT to help me revise the code. If all goes well, it should reset in about 10 seconds. We're setting a custom time just to make sure it's on actual daylight savings calculation properly. Somewhere about now it should reset if it's done its code adjustment correctly, which I believe it has not. We're using epoch time now as well. Alright, we're testing an hour ahead of the current time. We'll see if it works. It didn't work on the current time. Blue light suggests maybe it's not connecting to Wi-Fi, but the modem says it is connected and it's actively talking at about 65 megabit. Alright, we're about a minute off midnight and I'm trying not to wake everybody up. I adjusted the code to just literally offset it by 1 hour. Instead of trying to use the GMT correct as it is, I've just adjusted the number of seconds. So it means I'll have to twice a year adjust that code slightly. I will find a better fix later. But I just want this to work. So it should be within about the next 30 seconds it should reset. Right, so I'd wager probably any second now if I've done things right. There we go. Adjust reset. I got it on camera finally. Alright, so 10 hours on, it's still bang on time. I think it's going to be good. I'll come around a different approach for the coding to handle DST. I might just have it switch between 2 offsets. Yeah, that requires more coding, but for now it works, and don't have to mess with it for a while. Anyway, we'll see you in the next one, and hopefully it's a more interesting one.